Hello, back to Rada. My name is Beast, and we're back with Onigokko, as you can see. Starting in the main menu this time, because apparently, starting the choices for Otome-Route don't fucking exist. Like, I assume there is like a certain choices you have to pick when going for Otome-Route. However, you can also just play press the Otome arc. Beneath the beautiful, perfect sphere of the moon, a horde of masked men passionately called out to a certain someone. Those foul voices in my back, a dash through the best. We've already read all of this.
Keisuke! そっちに行ったぞ!
Huh? Locomotion I. Oh, now things are getting mixed up. I'm fucking confused. What? Oh, we are. That's the difference. Because let's go ahead and go back to the main menu. If I press new and just press prologue and skip, it instead gives me the choice: escape the pursuers or go after the fake Buddha. I guess that is still not entirely the same. I guess we're going back after all. Since there's quite a difference between Keisuke, he's that way.
Keisuke! そっちに行ったぞ!
But yeah. Something I feel I need to talk about real quick though. So I got a message all of a sudden because I noticed that it haven't actually closed Discord yet. There we go, now it is closed. Anyone of y'all's remember fucking Grimgar of Fantasy and Ash? Yeah. I really want to actually read the light novel for that, quite frankly. I've never read a light novel before. I'm gonna just say that straight up. But I actually want to read the Grimgar of Fantasy and Ash light novel. Mainly because I look at the fact that like, here's the thing. I am aware that the light novel for Mondaichi Tachi, like the Problem Children, are coming from another world, aren't they? The light novel is far further than manga or an anime, because quite frankly the manga and anime don't have anything to do with each other. It's kind of funny even. And the same goes for actually like reading the light novel for Chivalry of a Failed Knight. I actually also really should check that one out. But the one where I am just really the most upset is Grimgar of Fantasy and Ash. Like, the manga was cut off super early. I think even earlier than the anime was cut off. And the anime only got one season. I'm so fucking upset about that. I just really want more Grimgar. So I'm actually like really tempted to check out the fucking light novels. Anyways, alright, the manhunt is on! Okay, so it's still the same thing. It's just that Suzuka for some reason doesn't say kiss because she went that one.
そっちに行ったぞ!
こっちにも追っ手がいたか。
I raided my wooden sword at the sound of the fake Ura's voice, and she emerged from the shadows of the corridor. Oh wait, huh? Why did you have a wooden sword? What? I'm so fucking confused. Is that gonna be what the true, like, essence of the mystic treasure that Otome-Route is built around is going to be? That it somehow, like, changed the world to where his and Akari's place are swapped? No, he is actually where he's actually the the descendant of Momotaro, while Akari is Ura. I raised my wooden sword at the sound of fake Ura's voice, and she emerged from the shadows of the corridor. Her hostage, Otome, was there at her side. Fake Ura held a bow shuriken against Senpai's neck and threatened her pursuers. Are you alright? I'm here to save you! No, I won't back down, not when someone important to me is in trouble.
威勢のいいやつだ。だが、お前では私には勝てない。そこでおとなしくしてるんだな。
That smoke screen! Fake Ura hurled a smoke bomb at the ground and using the corridor roof and utility poles made her way to the Rashomon's rooftop. Where was that strength coming from? The fake Ura easily held Senpai despite her large chest. I mean, despite her large stature, making a number of massive leaps along the way. And agility was beyond anything of the average person. Heard all that talk about fake Ura being a Tsuchiguma survivor were true.
遅れてすまぬ。追いかけるぞ。
Yeah. I met up with Suzuka and we made our way from the emergency stairs to the roof. When we did, we found.
御用だ御用だ。
観念しなさい。
Or
伊勢
not.
浦。あなた
Why
は
did he have
完
a
全に包
wooden
囲されて
sword
るわ。
then? Why did he have a wooden sword then? That doesn't make sense. Sakagami Ninja to fake Ura's around and Akari had led them here and was clearly itching for a fight. Suzuka and I were securing the one and only way out. On seeing this, fake Ura thrust the point of her bow shuriken against Senpai's throat.
しばらくじっとしていろ。すぐに終わる。
Bastard, what are you going to do to Senpai?
もっとお前たちも動くなよ。一歩でもこちらに近づいたら、この女の綺麗な肌を鮮血に染めてやるからな。
Fake Ura slowly made her way towards the roof's guardrail and used Senpai as a shield. I didn't know what this fake Ura was after, but Senpai's safety was our top priority right now. All we could do was to hold our breath and watch how things unfolded.
お前には聞きたいことがあったんだがな。今日のところは鍵だけで我慢してやる。鍵？伊勢浦さん、あなたの望みは一体？知れたこと。私の望みは？
With that quiet statement, fake Ura suddenly crammed her hand between Senpai's supple breasts.
ほほう、ここか？この辺か。
Hey, I'm totally not jealous, but what the hell are you doing?
あなたの目的は私のお胸なのですか？そんなわけあるか！私の目的はこれだ！
Fake Ura replied as she retrieved a silver pendant adorned with pink gem from Senpai's breasts.
それは桃源郷の鍵は確かにいただいたぞ。
Senpai! With a loud cackle, fake Ura shoved Senpai towards us, hopped over the guardrail, and soared through the sky. Then the fake Ura rushed to Senpai's side and supported her before she fell to the ground. Are you okay?
はい。それより偽浦さんは？
見ろ、向こうの空から何か飛んでくるぞ。
We followed the ninja's line of sight and watched a kettle soar through the rift in the clouds at hyper speed. Then it approached fake Ura.
行くぞチャガーアーマー。合体だ。
What the
了
fuck?
解だポン。ファイルオン。
おお。
The kettle, which caught the fake Ura's body in midair, spouted a jet engine from its behind and blew off into the horizon. All it left in its wake was a white vapor tail, and for whatever reason, a tempest of applause and accolades. That was indeed a fantastic bit of air docking. Wasn't a boy alive who wouldn't be impressed after seeing that.
何やってるのよ。まんまと逃げられたじゃない。
残念だったの。じゃが、乙女が無事で何よりじゃ。
Alright, Senpai, are you hurt anywhere?
大丈夫です。ありがとう、ケンスケ君。
I agree. Oh, what was that just now? Your face looked familiar for some reason.
大丈夫お兄ちゃん、今ものすごい勢いで何かが飛んできたけど。ってどうして乙女さんと抱き合ってるの？早く離れなさい。お兄ちゃん私のなんだからね。
You realize how problematic that sounds, right?
ケイスケ君と葵ちゃんは今日もラブラブですね。
I'm telling you, you're wrong. She's just my sister. As always, Senpai smiled as she watched Aoi and I bicker. Although her smile was reassuring, something about it was a little unsettling. A smile, something told me I'd seen it somewhere before. Surprise childhood friend route?
しばらくそこに入ってろ、このクソガキ。
Ow! The brutish man kicked me square in the back and sent me crashing face first into the soil. Oh, I hit my nose. What are they gonna do if this gave me a nosebleed? Blah, I say. Blah. I know someone here with me. She had long fluffy hair and soft yet rounded silhouette. It was a girl.
大丈夫？お花からぶつかったみたいだけど。
I'm fine, totally fine.
大変！お花から血が出ています。手当てしないと。
Girl quickly retrieved a handkerchief and softly put it up against my nose. It was tough for me to tell how it smelled through the nosebleed, but the handkerchief was soft and fluffy just like a girl's hair.
本当に大丈夫？
The girl, who I came to refer to as One-chan, asked while peering at my face with a concerned look on her face. Oh, she sure was pretty. She looked around 3 or 4 years older than me. Did all girls get boobs as big as these when they matured?
どうしたの？私のお胸。
It's nothing.
そう。泣きもしないで。強い子だね。
Obviously, after all, I'm Fantasy's Ura's top disciple.
怪盗ウラ？
That's right, Fantasy Ura is a superhero. If someone's in trouble, he'll definitely come and help him. I said that before grabbing One-chan's hand. She'd been locked up here for a while. Her hand was chilly to the touch. Her hand sure is cold. Warm it up until Grandpa comes. What happens, I'll protect you, One-chan. So hang in there for a little while longer. Grandpa will absolutely come help us, okay? One-chan smiled and tried to grip my hand. Faint heat dwelled in that hand, and her expression grew soft. Despite being a child, I found that smile to be incredibly lovely. I will beat you! Ah! What the? Oh, hold me up. From me in the back door, the dorm room suddenly spread before my eyes. Not only was it not a cavern, the lady from my dreams was naturally not there either. Huh, it was all a dream. Who was that girl? Well, sure, I'd been talking to a girl in my dreams, but was having trouble remembering what happened before and after. I could recall what we discussed and what she looked like, especially her smile. She wasn't in all likelihood, my first love. Who in the world was she? Who in the world was she, though?
どうしたのお兄ちゃん？
Pack your
ボケ
fucking
ーっと
panties
して。
back in. I noticed the voice and looked up to find Aoi standing there. This was the culprit that pried me from my bed.
とにかく早く起きて。ゴールデンウィーク明けから遅刻したら玉彦先生に睨まれるよ。
Can I say something first?
何？
Outgrow white panties already. Keep that up and you're never gonna get a man, no matter how much time passes.
お兄ちゃんのエッチ
Thank you very much!
彼氏ができなくてもお兄ちゃんがいるからいいもん
Like I said, you shouldn't say that so casually. I figured with Aoi in our usual way and crawled out of bed. How the fuck did he see your panties while he was laying in bed? I thought you fell off. That's the reason. Gives me actual reason to be mad for the fucking panty shot, because no way he would fucking see that like this while she is standing next to the bed with him still on the bed. Looked out the window to find a cozy looking blue sky. It's fine weather like always on Miyajima, an island seemingly free of rain. Alright, time to give it my all again today. After morning classes ended, we found our little group sitting in a committee room eating lunch together. Although it looked like we were planning our future committee activities, it was anything but, as we were actually having a strategy meeting following yesterday's battle against Feikura.
ごめんなさい先輩私たちがついていながらペンダントを盗まれるなんていえあかりちゃんたちはよくやってくれましたよそれに私自身驚いているんですまさか偽浦さんの狙いがペンダントだったなんて
確かに誰もあれが秘宝だとは思っていなかったからね坂上家の資料にも記述はなかったし
当たり前だ。あのペンダントはただのアクセサリーだ。
Feikura called it the key to Shangri-La when she stole it. Could it actually be a mystic treasure? And Senpai just not know of it?
いえあれは本当にただのペンダントなんです回収した後で分析してもらっても構いませんそうやって否定するところが余計怪しいな本当はすごい力を秘めた秘宝なんじゃないのか秘宝の秘密を誰にも知られたくないから嘘をついてるとか違うんです信じてくださいあれはまあ落ち着いてくださいクーちゃんも無駄に突っかからないの私はただ偽浦が狙ったペンダントの価値について議論していただけだ
Rather hostile mood suddenly hung over Kura and Senpai. Aoi had stepped between them in an effort to defuse the situation, but it was hard to believe someone as gentle as Senpai could be set off like that. Maybe having a pendant stall had made her a little jumpy. The current topic of discussion was the Feikura, otherwise known as Phantom Thief Uras, which was me, imposter. Aoi and I had come to this island in pursuit of the Feikura and make her take responsibility for all the fake notices she'd been sending to provoke the three great families. First thing I did after arriving on this island was to write my name on the Rashomon to issue a challenge to the Feikura. Afterward, I had a dramatic encounter with Akari. I had a fun chat with Kana and the ninjas. Was labeled pervert by Kureha while she's wielding a bull shuriken, which seems to be a signature weapon of the Feikura, while also wearing those golden twin tails and pincushion ribbons that Feikura seems to be taunting so often. Shared a smile with a senpai. It was in the same swim club as Oi. And then on the night of the welcome party, the Feikura made her first appearance. That night we'd left Kuria behind to clean up the shop and walk this very drunk senpai back to the Pine Dorms. And though the Feikura attacked us on our way back, her efforts were largely unsuccessful due to Kana's presence, and she left with a simple declaration of war. That was where it began, the start of this manhunt between the Phantom Thief Ura, the Feikura, and the three great families. Phantom Thief Ura and the three great families may have been on bad terms, but it's made for a siege of many. Against a single target. I assumed we would catch her right away, but our adversary hadn't assumed Ura's name just for show. Feikura was quite elusive and left no evidence behind, except, you know, in her entire looks. Aoi and I decided to assist in the three great families' search while keeping our identities hidden. Came to the conclusion that this method would be far more efficient than just flying solo. However, that still wasn't enough for us to successfully capture the fake Ura. Dealing with her absurd pranks had been a huge waste of time, and we were well into May now that Golden Week was over. That was how we arrived at that tussle yesterday. As a result, not only were we caught off guard and Seppa was abducted, her pendant even got stolen. What a horrendous failure.
偽裏の行方は引き続き捜査するとして、桃源郷の鍵が何なのか調べる必要もあるわね。どんな力を秘めた秘宝なのかわからないと、こちらも対策の立てようがないし。そうだね。あのペンダントが秘宝でないなら、偽浦さんよりも早く本物の鍵を確保しないといけないし。
None of you know anything about the key to Shangri-La?
残念だけど何も知らないわ。名前を聞いたのも昨日が初めてよ。となると、偽浦は御三家ですら知らない秘宝について情報を持ってて、それを狙ったことになりますね。ええ。もしかしたら、偽浦は独自の情報ソースを持っているのかもしれないわ。
桃源郷の鍵か。
何か心当たりがおありなのですか、鈴鹿様。
いや、情報が少なすぎてまだ何とも言えない。
I heard a voice similar to Kana's coming from the mirror fixed to the wall. Some of us had come to accept. Every one of our members knew that the ancestor of the Sakagami family, Suzuka, resided within Kana and could converse with us through mirrors like that. I was surprised when Kana told me of Suzuka's existence, but she was one of us now. Suzuka was quite knowledgeable and relied on her as a trusted advisor. It was thanks to Suzuka that we were able to brazenly assist in the Three Great Families' investigation. Suzuka was an influential member of the Three Great Families, second only to Kusumiya's Three Sages. With Suzuka's approval, even the Three Great Families likely couldn't decline our assistance.
とにかくここで頭を抱えておっても仕方なかろう。情報が足らぬときは足で稼ぐのじゃ。そのために圭介たちにも協力を頼んでおるのじゃからの。
そうですね。お願いしてもよろしいですか？もちろんですよ。情報収集なら任せてくださいね、クーちゃん。私は別に。クーちゃん、わかったわかった。バイトの合間に暇を見て協力してやる。偽裏を見なかったかどうか話を聞けばいいんだろ。はい、ありがとうございます。
Does that plan work for you too, Akari?
ええ、確かに今はクーニャンの手も借りたいくらいだしね。みんなで協力しましょう。クーニャン言うな！あれ？お母さんからだ。ちょっとごめんね。
Akari stood up from her seat with her cell phone and moved to a corner of the room. I could tell she was blatantly grimacing even from a distance.
だから急にかけてこないでって言ったでしょ。うん。みんなとはうまくやってるけど。
Her cheeks were turning pink and her expression softened a little bit too. Akari and her mom seem to be in a better speaking terms these days.
はい。まだ少し壁があるようですが、お互い一歩ずつ歩み寄ってるようです。
Man, all issues really are just kind of solved in this route, except for Kureha's. Kureha's kind of fucked.
あかりちゃんも分かってるんです。偽浦さんを捕まえるには、吉備宮のマキおばさまの協力が必要不可欠だって。
そうかそうか。あかりも少しは大人になったようじゃな。あとはカナが坂上の当主としての自覚を持てば、 わらわも安心して眠れるの。
そんな、私はもっと鈴鹿様と一緒にいたいです。
やれやれ、お主はまだ甘い癖が抜けておらぬの。ま、そういうところが可愛いんじゃが。
鈴鹿様。
Kind of smiled bashfully as she gazed at her other self in the mirror. A gentle smile was part of the reason why I trusted Suzuka in the first place. I knew she wasn't a bad person.
お母様。
Seppa let out a quiet sigh. That hand against her chest looked as if she was grasping her currently missing pendant. Seeing Akari on the phone as well as Kana and Suzuka's idle chatter put that idea in her head. Was that pendant a gift from your mother, senpai?
はい。実は、訳があって、お母様とは、離れ離れに暮らしているんです。ですから、お母様からいただいたあのペンダントは、形見のようなものでして。
That's what it was. Seppa held her chest and let out a deep sigh. The more time passed, the more anxious she likely felt. Seeing Senpai upset was making me depressed too. Better do something to cheer her up. There's absolutely nothing good about yesterday, so today for sure. Senpai!
先輩、クレハちゃん？
Just when I was about to speak to Senpai, Kureo spoke to her first and bowed her head all of a
すま
sudden.
ない。どうしてクレハちゃんが謝るのですか？さっき、お前のことを悪く言っただろ。だから、すまん。親からの贈り物を大事にする気持ちは、私にもよくわかる。だから、とにかく、すまなかった。それだけだ。クレハちゃん。ありがとうございます。クレハちゃんは優しい子ですね。おかげで癒されちゃいました。お礼にモフモフしちゃいますよ。ほらやめろ。そんなに頭を撫でたらモフモフモフモフ。
When Senpai stroked her head, Kureo let out a loud assortment of cat-like mews and rubbed her cheek against her chest. Senpai's expression immediately softened at the gesture. It was actually a charming sight, but has left me no chance to jump in, huh? Never thought Kureo would be the one to steal Senpai from me. Well, it wasn't like anything was really going on between us yet, so Kureo hadn't actually stolen her from me. The bell eventually rang throughout the building, which signaled the end of lunch, and we slowly began filing out of the committee room. The group was divided into two groups. The Feikuda search team and the Key to Shangri-La research team. Aoi and I were assigned to the former.
それじゃあまた放課後にね。
Yeah, give me a call when club's over. I'll come pick you up. Following hours departure, I was about to turn off the lights and head to class when Senpai suddenly reappeared in front of me.
ケイスケくん、少しお時間よろしいですか？
Nah, he just closed the door. Of course, what's up?
先ほどのお礼を言いたくて、お気を使っていただきありがとうございました。
Nah, what are you talking about?
私に声をかけようとしてくれたじゃありませんか。クレハちゃんの後ろでそわそわしていたのずっと見てましたよ。
Sorry, I was having a pretty hard time finding the right time to break the ice.
あれだけで十分伝わってきましたよ。
Jesus Christ.
ケイスケくんの優しい気持ち。
Fucking emotions burning high already. Jesus Christ. Burning high is not the correct thing. Sorry about that. Senpai gazed into my eyes and softly held my hand. Soft, velvety fingers wrapped around my hand and caused my heart to thunder in my chest, almost like she touched it directly.
本当にありがとうございます。このお礼、いつか必ずお返ししますね。
Yes.
あら、そんなに硬くなってどうしました？
No, I was just thinking how soft your hand is.
ごめんなさい。気持ち悪かったですか？
Oh, of course not. Your hand feels incredible.
気持ちいい。手で触られると気持ちいいんですか？
Yes. I mean, yeah.
なら、こうしたらどうなりますか？
She wrote a letter out on the palm of my hand with her soft fingertips. The delicate, silky skin tickled my palm and caused my shoulders to shudder. Senpai, the tickles.
本当に気持ちよさそうですね。声も震えてますよ。
Come on, Senpai, please don't tease me.
ごめんなさい。でも、赤くなった K 君、かわいい。
K-kun?
何してるのお兄ちゃん。先輩たち待ってるよ。
Get down, please, right there!
では、途中までご一緒しましょうか。
Senpai followed after me with her usual smile as I awkwardly moved towards the door and left the room. I couldn't tell how serious she was and was afraid I might get burned if I made the wrong move. Even so, I definitely didn't mind her calling me Keikun.
やっぱりそう簡単に偽浦さんの足取りはつかめないね。
Yeah, if we learned anything, it's that the robbery incident at the tea kettle is pretty much it. After talking with some of the locals downtown, Aoi and I warily grumbled to ourselves. After being assigned to the Fakura search team, we made our way to the tea kettle of fortune when we first spotted the tea kettle, same one that had been flying through the sky the night before. Later learned that the tanuki-faced kettle, which acted as a symbol of the shop, had been stolen. Neither Akiri, Korea, nor the manager seemed to know when it had been stolen. Given its ability to speak and fly, there's no doubt that it was a mystic treasure. Fakura had likely stolen the tea kettle, a mystic treasure not even the three great families knew about, and used it in her escape. All signs pointed to the Fakura being having a unique information source, and we couldn't get a read on her movements whatsoever. She really was a troublesome adversary.
じゃあ今日はもう帰るね。お酒のお供にこれどうぞ。
Yeah, thank you. When it was time to head home, Aoi handed me a container filled with meat and miso. My precious Aoi-tan was so thoughtful. Could probably pair it with a nice stiff drink and build another model tonight. We need to finish up my diorama I had in progress too. This Fakura thing was likely going to drag on for a while, so I'd better make sure not to overdo it. All would be lost if I was too exhausted to help when I would need it most. Noticed my bedroom light was on. Oh, he'd already gone home, but the door manager likely would have called before dropping in. Which meant it was a thief. They had some nerve prowling around a phantom thief, so I might better teach him a lesson. Hey, Otome! I'm having strange flashbacks to 1, the Grisaia anime, and 2, Jock Riot. Someone was here! I was a single figure moving around inside my room, and they appeared to be scoping out my bed at that very moment. As my breath entered the room and instantly took the trespass from behind. Don't move. Oh. Sproing? Oh, what was the sensation? At the weight and resilience of water balloons, it also felt soft like ripened fruit. Rub rub. Gave them a long hard test rub and my fingers sunk into their ample flesh. The more I massaged them, the more those meaty, faintly warm fruits gently pushed back against my fingers. Oh, these are some tasty fruits indeed. Let's see, I better try rubbing them some more. Moved my hands and fingers in every way possible, savoring the texture and shape of this soft meat contorting in my grasp. My body quivered in delight the more I massaged those springy masses, and the girl they were dangling from rocked her hips to and fro. Wait, a girl! Huh? And it's senpai! I'm back. Hey, what the hell's going on here? Why was I greeting senpai with a nice titty rub? I'm sorry I got carried away. I quickly pulled away from senpai and immediately bowed my head. I'd go so far as to prostrate myself into a hot iron to make up for what I'd done. However, senpai's cheeks dyed a faint red. Why do you sound so happy about it? Senpai played it off with a giggle and fanned her bright red cheeks with her hand. I guess even Senpai would be embarrassed after having her breasts rubbed. I mean, anyone would feel that way. Heck, I'd probably traumatize the hell out of her over this. I'm really, really sorry, and I feel awful for assaulting you like this. I thought you were a robber. Wife energy. Wow, thanks a bunch. Wait, a drink? Huh, yeah, not at all. Crap, I guess the cat was out of the bag on that one. Depending on how long she stayed, she might accidentally figure out that I was fan of the Vura too. By the way, how'd you get in? The door should have been locked. I'm surprised Tamahiko let that happen. What the hell? Yeah, that checked out. The Sayonji family were the trustees of the academy, so it made sense why they had ready access to the dorms. And the way it seemed like a poor judgment call on Sensei's part to hand out something so valuable. He really was a big soft when it came to Senpai. I'm surprised you were able to convince him to let you even enter the men's dorms. But does that mean Sensei trusts me or something? What is it? That booming voice resounded throughout my room at the closet door burst open. And then...
乙女がどうしてもと言うから仕方なく鍵を渡したまで。別にお前のことなどうとも思っていない。
Hey, where in the world did you come from? Where are you hiding in my closet this whole time?
お兄様、そのようなところで一体何を？
浦部の監視だ。乙女の行為につけ込んで、ちょめちょめなど犯さぬようにな。
I think you're currently committing X-rated crimes because I think just the fact that he like went in and accidentally groped her because he thought she was a robber, and you watched that. I think that constitutes as voyeurism. I think that's considered X-rated crime.
ケイスケ君はそんな人じゃありませんよ。
どうだか。お前の胸を揉んでいた時の浦部の顔。
If you were watching that far back, why didn't you come out?
ビデオを回すのに忙しかったからな。
This guy's confessing to his crimes like they're nothing!
ほらほら、お兄様。私は今からケイスケ君と大事なお話があるんです。ここにいちゃメーですよ。
あ、そんな妹よ。
Sensei let out an unusually anguished cry as she dragged him, drove him out of the room. He was ordinarily so calm and collected. I guess he became an average, worthless human being in matters concerning Senpai.
これで静かになりましたね。ミッションコンプリートです。
Sorry to interrupt your obligatory victory quote, but could you tell me what you're doing here? I seriously doubt you came all the way here just to make me dinner.
いいえ、そのまさかですよ。
Senpai flashed me a well-mannered smile, placed her hands on the floor, and peacefully bowed her head to
改
me.
めてお礼を申し上げます。浦部圭介様。先日は命を助けていただき、誠にありがとうございました。あなた様にかけていただいたご恩は決して忘れることはできません。つきましては、あなた様にご奉仕することで私めの感謝の気持ちを伝えたく存じます。ですのでどうかこの不肖西園寺乙女をあなた様のおそばに置いてくださいませ。
Huh? What the hell? I couldn't wrap my head around the situation at all. Was she offering to tend to my daily needs to thank me for saving her life? For now, would you please lift your head? I don't know what to say when you're like that.
ありがとうございます。ご主人様。
Oh Lord! Master! The beautiful sound of Senpai calling me Master resounded in my heart. The idea of Senpai serving me in a maid outfit. Fuck you! Wait a second, why do you even need to thank me in the first place?
ですから、昨日命がけで私を助けてくれたではないですか。委員会室でも優しくしてくださいましたし、そのお礼をしたいのです。
She had said something about wanting to repay the favor, but I thought it was just lip service, and I thought it was just lip service, but I never expected her to actually go through with it, much less barge into my house unannounced. But I didn't really do anything.
そんなことありません。私を助けようと逃げることなく偽村さんへ向かっていったではありませんか。あの時の言葉忘れていませんよ。大事な人が目の前で危険にさらされてるんだ。俺は一歩も引かない。で、あの時の圭介くん、すっごくかっこよかったですよ。
Please stop, Senpai. Staring at me with that sparkle in your eyes is incredibly embarrassing. Even so, I didn't especially mind getting calm.
手なお願いだということは重々承知しています。ですが、どうしてもお礼をしたいのです。私の故郷では受けた恩は100倍にして返すという風習がありまして、このままでは私も引き下がれないんです。ですからどうか私めをご主人様のおそばに置いてくださいませ。
You're real close! You're leaning a little too much. Please back away for a
かし
second.
こまりました。ご主人様。
And I held out both hands to stop her. Senpai obediently nodded and stepped back. Now, that was a close one. If she'd gotten any closer, my hands would have made a move on those glorious titties all over again. First, you don't need to call me that. It's liable to put indecent ideas into my head.
いけないことしたいのですか。
Huh?
ご主人様が望むなら私いいですよ。
Senpai replied with glistening eyes as she reached for her blouse. No, I'm telling you, wait. Keep the titties under wraps. This is moving way too fast.
なんちゃって。
Huh?
やはり圭介くんは優しいですね。そう言ってくださると信じていましたよ。
With that, she straightened herself up like nothing ever happened and flashed me her usual impish smile. Another close call, and very nearly gave in to temptation. Sensei might be keeping watch from outside too. I need to stay vigilant. I wonder what would have happened if I had half a mind, though. Would Senpai have accepted it?
それで
If I'd had.
いかがでしょうか。性欲処理は難しいですが、家事なら一通りお手伝いできると思うのですが。
Girls shouldn't say stuff like sexual favors. Why do you see? He's going to look after me.
はい。
His imploring look of hers was incredibly adorable, unlike her usual mature ambience. I was totally okay with this. Never mind. I really need to put more thought into into how I would respond to Senpai's request. The proposal was incredible, and could certainly get used to rose-colored school life with a hottie like her taking care of me. Taking Senpai up on her offer may mean that she would someday tend to my every need. However, you can't. I appreciate it, but I've got a lot going on right now. So for now, my answer is no.
そんな。結構。
Just because you look at me with those glossy eyes. No means no, okay? I was Fantasy Food. I couldn't afford for someone to discover my identity until the imposter was captured. That was my only option. If you really want to thank me, well, you call it good and go home for now. That's what I want.
わかりました。圭介君がそうおっしゃるなら帰ります。
I really am sorry.
いえ、急に押しかけてきた私が悪いんです。お気になさらずに。
Senpai stood up with a brave smile and quietly bowed her head at my front door.
また明日。
Yes, good night. I nearly reached out towards her as she lonesomely took her leave, but there wouldn't be any point in doing so. I buried those feelings as far down as they could go and watched Senpai walk away. The first thing I did upon coming back to my room was to let out a deep sigh. Was it out of relief or regret? Even I wasn't sure. I turned towards my table and found the alcohol and foil roasted mackerel she'd set out for me. I guess the mackerel was fresh, judging by the faint trail of steam coming off the top. The fragrant aroma of the butter and soy sauce tickled my nostrils. I guess I could try it. Put my hands together and, thanks to Senpai, I opened the foil and broke the body of the mackerel into bite-sized pieces with my chopsticks. I combined it with the shimeji mushroom and onion garnished on top and took a bite. Delicious. The creamy yet salty flavor of the buttered soy sauce paired well with the light flavor of the mackerel. The crisp texture of the shimeji and tingly taste of the onion helped accent the overall flavor. This would go fantastically with some rice wine, except I seem to have a perfect understanding of my tastes. Already screwed up, huh? Senpai made such an intricate dish just for me. All I did in return was to force her out of my room. That's why I've been alone all this time. I'd always met new people whenever I moved due to my phantom thievery. However, I had to keep everyone at arm's length in order to maintain my cover, no matter the cost. So I wanted to fall in love and screw around with friends, just like anyone else did. We had our hands full with the swim club, committee duties, and searching for the figura, and a myriad of other stuff. Perhaps I should have asked Senpai to stay and help the housework, even if only a little bit. To be honest, I didn't mind Senpai calling me master in the slightest. Master, huh? Yeah, that had an awesome ring to it. The day came where Senpai truly did serve me and donned a maid outfit.
ご主人様、もっといじめてください。
Here, does this feel good? Ah, yes, right there. Please rub and ravish my selfish boobs with your naughty hands, master, says Otome. These are some sexy tits indeed. Here, I'll rub them for you just like you asked for. I am so happy, master. It makes me so hot when you rub my boobs, Otome says. That is the exact sort of delusion a pervert old man would have. Turns out the CG was barely fine. I'm just paranoid. It was literally the exact same CG as him catching her, but instead of wearing her school uniform, she's wearing a maid outfit. Perhaps it got me more worked up than I expected. If I were to close my eyes, I could still recall the feel of Senpai's jugs. Now then, what should I have on the site tonight? Naturally, didn't mean the meat miso or foil roasted mackerel. With the remnants of the mate-based illusions and their tits as the main course, I silently knocked back my cup of booze. What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that RPG in resting sound? Gonna give it my all again today. Riding out to school, I stretched my arms over my head to libera. Felt incredibly groggy this morning. I dozed off in a weird position in the middle of drinking, and assembling my condoms was likely to blame. Initially, the mental image of a certainly well-endowed senpai wearing a maid outfit didn't help. No reply from Grandpa, huh? Check my email and read call history, but Grandpa's name was nowhere to be found. Grandpa may have known something about the key to Shangri-La, but I couldn't get in touch with him. He was probably hanging out at his drinking buddy's place, but wish he'd spare me the silent treatment during such a crucial time. Alright, time to go. Set that to the empty room and went out the door. Hi, Otome. That became a habit when we were living with Grandpa. A month had lived past since then, and I really need to get over it already.
いってらっしゃいませ、ご主人様。にゃんちゃって。
Don't give me that! Why are you here, senpai?
ケイスケ君にこれを渡したくて来ちゃいました。
Senpai, who had been waiting by the front entrance of the dorm, took out a small box wrapped in a pink handkerchief. There was even a pair of chopsticks attached to the top of the container. This is my lunch.
昨日のお詫びも兼ねて作ってきました。昨日は本当にごめんなさい。いきなり押しかけてお世話をさせろだなんて普通引いちゃいますよね。ですから不肖西園寺乙女、まずはご主人様の信頼を獲得するところから始めたいと思います。
Haven't you given up? You haven't given up yet, huh?
はい、お礼をするまではめげません。諦めません。帰り見ません。
I will stay positive and move forward by not reflecting on my previous actions. No, please do reflect some.
あら、それもそうですね。それでお弁当食べてくださいますか？
Senpai squirmed around restlessly and gazed up in my face with the lunchbox held in both hands. Talk about unfair. Not only did I have Senpai's beautiful face to consider, but I had a beautiful view of her titties from here.
ご主人様、お弁当と一緒に私のおっぱいも。
Why is the cat freezing?
お顔が真っ赤ですけど、熱でもあるのですか？
She tilted her head sideways with doubt, took yet another step forward, and then put her forehead against mine.
お熱はないようですけど。
Hey, Senpai, you're really close. I can feel your breath.
もうそんな赤くならないでください。そんな可愛い顔をされたら私まで照れてしまいます。
Huh? Oh, Senpai getting embarrassed too. She was the one who started this. But again, Senpai was pretty adorable when she got shy.
はあ、二人とも朝から何してるんですか？
Oi barged her way in between the time Senpai and I. Barged her way in about the time Senpai and I were blushing with our foreheads pressed against one another. After physically pulling us apart, Aoi glared at Senpai in a seemingly threatening way.
ワンワン。
Oh, there's nothing seemingly about it. It really was threatening her. This wasn't even a human reaction anymore, Aoi-tan. However, Senpai paid no mind and smiled at Aoi without a care in the world.
おはようございます、葵ちゃん。今日も可愛らしいですね。へえ、そうですか。
Well, that was fucking easy.
って何やらせるんですか私はお兄ちゃんだけのペットなんだよ
My reputation's gonna go down the toilet if you keep that up. Also, I don't remember ever making you my pet. All I've done is recent behavior raised far too many questions. Why don't you get so desperate
そ
for
れ
it?
よりどうして乙女さんがお兄ちゃんの家の前にいるんですかしかもお弁当箱なんて持ってもちろんケイスケくんに食べてもらうためですよそんなのダメです却下ですお兄ちゃんは私の作ったお弁当しか食べないんだからでは私のお弁当は受け取っていただけないのですねゆゆゆ
No, you went all the effort to make it for me. I'll graciously accept
本
it.
当ですか
Yes, thank you for yesterday too. The foil roasted mackerel was super tasty.
いえそのケイスケくんが喜んでくれたなら私も嬉しいです
Someone really wants you to Jack the Chai. Even so, I couldn't let my guard down now. I had to stay strong. And on that note, consider your debt
い
repaid.
いえこれだけでは私の気が済みませんまだまだお世話させてくださいご主人様
I told you, please stop with the master stuff.
ちょっとお兄ちゃんお世話って一体何の話まさか二人は昨日の夜何もありませんでしたよケイスケくんは紳士さんですから
That's right, we aren't guilty of anything. I just hugged her from behind for a second and rubbed her boobs.
おっぱいを揉んだやましいことはしてなくてもやらしいことはしてるんじゃない
Come on, let's hurry up and get going, otherwise we'll be late.
あーこら昨日あったこと全部白状しなさいお二人は今日も仲良しさんですね
Quickly ran off with Senpai's lunchbox in hand as Aoi chased after me with her fangs bared. Senpai, however, stood back and watched us with a beaming smile. I wondered why. I had a feeling something extraordinarily troublesome was going to come of this. Oh yeah, you're gonna get targeted.
はい
Allow me to explain. In between Senpai's chopsticks was about a shrimp shumai she'd prepared for me. The theme of the day's lunch appeared to be Chinese seafood, as Senpai included fried seafood spring rolls, gombu rolls, and shrimp in chili sauce.
お兄ちゃん
I should probably explain this too. In between Aoi's chopsticks was a bite of one of the dishes she had made for me. Knowing my luck, it was probably shumai. Lunch Aoi had prepared for me included something that resembled a spring roll and shrimp and chili sauce too. Even at a glance, I still wasn't entirely sure what the hell she made. As usual, the presentation in Aoi's lunchboxes left a lot to be desired and was something she desperately needed to work on.
ケイスケくん食べてくれないんですか
Yes, thanks for the food. The smiled senpai carried a piece of shrimp shumai to my mouth. Although I was fully aware my cheeks were turning red, I held my mouth out and took a bite of the shumai.
いかがですか
Really tender and tastes great. You're an amazing cook, senpai.
いえそれほどでもケイスケくんが喜んでくれて私も嬉しいです
Bashful smile spread across her entire face, and she looked genuinely delighted. Same had happened this morning. Someone would instantly blush and look away when I complimented her cooking. The discussion would usually end with a gentle smile, but there could be a special significance to the meals she prepared for me yesterday and today.
お兄ちゃんこっちも そ
Sure.
れじゃどうどうおいしい
About the same as usual. Still tastes good though.
何それ乙女さんの時と反応違う
Don't ask for the moon. I'm sick of eating you cooking. Oh, I had learned how to cook from our mother from a young age, and everything she made tasted like her food. So it wasn't exactly appetizing or anything at this point. Still, why have me feeling so uneasy? When I compared them like this, only senpai's and always seasoning seem to be similar in a way.
ケイスケくん、動かないでください。
Don't tell me. Do not tell me. Huh?
ほら、じっとしてください。
Huh? No, my confused senpai jerked forward and was closing in on me. What the? She gonna kiss me or something?
ケイスケくん。
Senpai's cool yet soft, smooth fingertips wiped against the corner of my mouth.
はい、取れました。口元にソースがついていましたよ。
Senpai added that remark and licked away the excess sauce on her fingertip. The childish gesture, the likes of which she'd normally never display, made my heart pound like crazy. Even Senpai had this goofy side to her, huh? But before that...
どうかしましたか？
Oh, I'm just wondering if it was catatonic.
あ、ごめんなさい。指を舐めるなんて、お行儀悪かったですね。
Oh, not that. I was just wondering if it was alright for you to lick up sauce that was on a man's mouth. She must have finally noticed what she had done, and her cheeks flushed bright
ケイ
red.
スケくんのなら、平気です。むしろ、もっと味わいたい。
Huh?
いや、なんでもありません。それより、ケイスケくんこそ嫌な思いをしませんでしたか？急に頬を触られて驚いたでしょ？
Upset me? That would be ridiculous. It actually made me happy. Said this yesterday too, but your fingers are soft. It would be more accurate to say I like it when you touch me.
そうですか。
Yeah, it is. So, what's this mood we had going? I'm strangely embarrassed and couldn't look senpai straight in the face. She had been acting funny the past couple of days, and was oddly self-conscious around me for some reason. Fucking damn it, Aoi. I was overthinking it. A hardy like senpai would never want to deal with a guy like me.
ってお兄ちゃん、私の声聞こえてる？
I didn't hear a word you said.
すっかり二人だけの世界に入り浸ってる。私のお兄ちゃんを返して。
You don't own me, besides you shouldn't be yelling at her.
だって。いい加減にしなさい。いつになったら会議を始められるのよ。
Oh, what the? You were here too,
い
Akari.
たわよ。っていうか、さっきからみんないるわよ。
Akari replied, pointing to Kana, Kobakichi, and Kure on the neighboring seats. Hearing that, Kobakichi placed a hand on Akari's shoulder.
落ち着きたまえ。人の恋路を邪魔するとクマに蹴られて死んでしまうよ。
え、何？あなた死ぬの？
僕じゃないよ。それと馬だからね。まずはそっちを突っ込んで欲しかったな。
皆さんの恋を邪魔するつもりはありませんけど、そろそろ会議を始めないとお時間が。そうですね。名残惜しいですけど、この続きはまた明日ということで。
Huh? We're doing this again tomorrow?
ケイスケ君に喜んでいただきたいですから。ですが、ご迷惑でしたら。
No, something as simple as a lunchbox would make me happy. I'd love to get another taste of your home cooking.
ありがとうございます。私のお弁当も忘れないでよ。
I know. It won't be a problem as long as I eat both, right?
一つ尋ねるか。なぜ先輩が変態のために弁当を？
野暮なことを聞くもんじゃないよ。そんなの愛ゆえに決まってるじゃないか。
愛？先輩は変態のことが好きなのか？なんて気の毒。いや、かわいそうな人なんだ。ご愁傷様だ。
Hey, come on, neither of those make me sound like an embarrassment.
あの、 はりお二人はそういう関係なのでしょうか。
Why do I feel like Otome is about to put her fucking foot in her mouth? No, nothing like that, right, Senpai?
頑張ります。
What was that? At that moment, her face flushed an adorable shade of red. What happened to the calm and collected senpai I knew? Anyone would become self-conscious if she did that to
ちょっ
them.
とお兄ちゃん、やっぱり昨日なんかあったんじゃないの？乙女さんが急にお弁当作ってくるなんておかしいよ。
I'm telling you, nothing happened. Well, I guess something did, but there's a reason for
わけ？
this.
はい。命をかけて私を助けてくださった圭介君にどうしてもお礼がしたかったんです。本当は身の回りのお世話をするつもりだったのですが、断られてしまいまして。あ、それでお世話をする代わりにお弁当を作ってきたんですね。はい。圭介君の喜ぶ顔がどうしても見たくて。なんだ、そういうことだったんですか。それならそうと言ってくださいよ。私はてっきりお兄ちゃんの低層を狙ってるのかと。え、今の笑顔は何？実は本気なの？お兄ちゃん、ここは危険だよ。早く脱げよ。
Quick! It's dangerous! Strip! If we're gonna say that, it's obviously take off! How could you not see that Senpai was just teasing you? Oh, wait. She was teasing, right?
はいはい。だからすぐに脱線しないの。いい加減にしないとお昼休みが終わっちゃうんだから。
Akari pouted and shut down some of the information they had gathered for their investigation on the blackboard. Even so, it wasn't like any of us had any real leads.
偽裏の足取りはまだつかめていないわ。昨日今日とどこかで息を潜めているようね。忍者さんたちと協力して隠れられそうな場所に網を張っていますが、かかる気配もありません。
Possibility she's already fled the island.
その可能性も考えて内地に何人か送ってるわ。でも見つからないと思う。先輩の話では盗まれたのはただのアクセサリーみたいだし、本物の鍵を手に入れるまでこの島から出ないはずよ。
I still think the amulet is going to be the real key. It's just that you can't really sense if a key being the actual mystic treasure, because it isn't. It's just what gives you access to one. It could be something as simple as there being a certain engraving on the back of the pendant, or like between the metal that's holding the gem and the mystic treasure somehow reads that inscription, and by that virtue gives access to it, in which case you wouldn't really notice anything mystic treasure like on the amulet, wouldn't you? On the pendant, I mean. Is it possible she took pendant and ran off without realizing that, though?
その時はその時よ。たとえ時間がかかっても先輩のペンダントは必ず奪い返すわ。御三家の名にかけてね。ありがとうございます。やはりあかりちゃんは頼りになりますね。いえ、これくらい当然ですから。
Akari shyly replied as Senpai bowed her head. Direct compliments appeared to be her weak point. We were able to figure out what the key to Shangri-La actually was.
ごめんなさい。まだ調べ始めたばかりなので、なんとも。
鍵という分かりやすいキーワードがあるのだが、不思議と検索に引っかからなくてね。僕も困ってる。
乙女さんは本当に何も知らないんですか？ 偽浦さんがペンダントを狙ったということは、西園寺家と鍵に何かしらの関係があると思うんですけど。ごめんなさい。私は何も知りません。お兄様もよくわからないとおっしゃっていますし。
But yeah, I guess from last time, my conjecture that the place where Suzuka woke up is behind the stone door is wrong. So I assume instead it'll be a case of the place where Suzuka wakes up at the end of Kana's route will be this mysterious Shangri-La realm of the gods bullshit, you know.
だとすると、坂上と西園寺の書庫で調べ物をしても拉致が開かないだろうね。
そうなりますね。
Kana and Kabukichi simultaneously turned their attention to Akari. Akari looked away to avoid their awkward stares.
わかってるわよ。うちの書庫を調べたいって言うんでしょ。お願いできるかな。それは。
Summed up with Akari's family archive.
吉備宮は代々秘宝の管理を任されていますから、その書庫には秘宝に関する情報が山のように眠っているんです。ですけど、吉備宮の三賢人さんは徹底的な秘密主義者ですから、私たちでもそう簡単には書庫に入れないんです。できるとしたら、現当主の牧おば様か。次期当主の私が三賢人に頼み込むしかないってわけよ。それなら話は早い。早速頼みに行けばいいじゃないか。それが。
Kore had the right idea, but there was a degree of discord between Akari and the Kibutsumiya family. From what I'd heard from Kana, Akari didn't exactly have a high opinion of her relatives, especially her mother Maki. Though it did appear that they were working towards repairing their relationship recently. Akari and Maki were both trying to trust one another. Or that was how it seemed from my perspective. Akari, why not try running the idea by Maki? It'd make a good opportunity to have a nice long conversation together.
不安なら私も一緒についていくよ。だからカナ。
We need your help right now. Please think of it as helping Senpai and work with us.
ちょっと頭なんて下げないでよ。もう分かったわよ。お母さんに一度連絡を入れてみるわ。本当ですか？ありがとうございます、あかりちゃん。いえ、そんなお礼を言われるようなことは何も。
It's just heist the fucking window again.
それに書庫の閲覧許可が出るかどうかはまた別の話です。ですからそんなに喜ばれても困ります。
Senpai bowed her head and Akari flushed an even deeper shade of pink. Whatever the excuse was important that Akari and Maki talk face to face. With each step they took, they might genuinely repair their mother-daughter relationship someday.
それじゃあ書庫はあかりちゃんに任せて、私たちは引き続き偽浦さんの足取りを探りましょう。圭介さんたちは日常生活に支障をきたさない程度にご協力をお願いします。了解です。私は放課後にバイトがあるから、吉備宮家に面倒しができるようになったら連絡をくれ。島を見て回る余裕はないが、休みの日に資料を読むくらいなら手伝える。分かったわ。それじゃあおのおの全力を尽くして頑張りましょう。
Then we all stood from our seats and took that as a cue that the meeting was over now. However, it seemed like Senpai had something she wanted to say and just continued to stare at Akari.
どうかしました？いえ、なんでもありません。
Senpai bit her tongue and turned away, prompting Akari to tilt her head. What did Senpai wanted to tell her? All that there was time to ask as the bell rang through the speaker, and our afternoon meeting officially came to an end. Aoi and I headed straight for the harbor after school let out and looked around for clues. As far as we could tell, no suspicious character as had ridden on the routine ferries. Which only made sense. Fekura wasn't an idiot. She wouldn't stroll around the island wearing a conspicuous ninja outfit. If you wanted to hide a tree, put it in a forest. If you wanted to hide a person, put them in the city. Whether in disguise or otherwise, she was sure to have slipped herself into the crowd by now. If that were true, we needed to be suspicious of everyone living on the island. Of course, that meant none of us were exceptions. Oh, I haven't noticed.
誰かが私たちをつけてきてるね。
Why not without turning back? We just finished shopping for dinner and planning on continuing our investigation into the night, but it appeared someone had been following us for some time. Hi, Otome. If there were anyone tailing Aoi and I, who are ostensibly ordinary students, it couldn't be had the three great families figured out our true identities.
誰が何の目的で後をつけてきてるのかな。
We can't just ask him directly, run for it. He broke into a sprint and turned down a deserted alleyway. The offender on our trail broke into a panicked jog and chased after us. They fell for such a simple trap. We must have been dealing with an amateur. Better shake things up a little and see how they respond. Aoi stopped. On my order, Aoi stopped in place with a bark as cute as a puppy's. Then the two of us turned around in unison.
かくれんぼはここまでだよ。
This game of hide and seek is over. Senpai? Ah, how's Senpai following us? While we were busy being confused, Senpai's shocked expression instantly reverted to a smile as she plopped herself on the head.
失敗しちゃいましたね。途中までうまく尾行できていたはずなのですが。どうして私たちの後をつけていたんですか？お買い物の途中でケイスケくんの姿を見つけたので、昔ゲームで流行ったスニーキングミッションをしてみたんです。相手に気づかれないように息を潜め、その背中をじっと見つめるだけというのもなかなかおつなものですよ。それスニーキングというよりストーキングの間違いなんじゃ。ストリーキング？葵ちゃん脱がれるのですか？脱ぎませんよ。そういうことするのはお兄ちゃんの前だけです。
Don't do it when you're with me either. If anyone's gonna do it, I'd rather see Senpai naked.
ケイスケくんが望まれるなら私頑張っちゃいますよ。
I'm sorry, please don't try too hard. I'd be all for it if it meant just seeing you naked, but we couldn't do that here. Anyway, what did you really need? I honestly doubt this, but Senpai.
そのまさかですよ。
She giggled at my question. Could you have really figured out our true identities? Aoi and I instantly went on guard, but Senpai held up a plastic bag and smiled softly.
突撃ケイスケくんちの晩ご飯。
Huh?
実はケイスケくんのお夕飯を作りに行きたいなと思いまして、後ろから様子を伺っていましたが、お夕飯はまだのようですし、どうか私に作らせていただけませんか？
Well,
ダメですか？
that was so cute. She looked at me that way. But, well, I guess it's fine if it's just a meal.
本当ですか？ありがとうございます。ダメですダメです。絶対ダメです。昼間は多めに見ましたけど、これ以上はダメです。お兄ちゃんちの台所は私の戦場なんだから。そうですか。残念です。やった！葵ちゃん大勝利！では食後のためにと茶釜で買ってきたスイーツはすべて私がいただきますね。スイーツ？はい。葵ちゃんの大好きなブルーベリータルトもありますよ。
Get prepared.
ブルーベリータルト。
You're drooling, Aoi.
違うよ。これはよだれじゃなくて青い汁だよ。
What flavor is that supposed to be?
私はこれで。今夜はスイーツパーリーです。ああ、ちょっと待ってください。ブルーベリー先輩。
Hey, that's not her name. Aoi had been successfully lured in by the blueberry tarts and stopped Senpai before she could leave. Then, with a benevolent heart, she directed a gentle smile at Senpai and acted as though she'd forgiven Senpai's wrongdoing.
なるほど。 乙女さんがお兄ちゃんにお礼をしたいっていう気持ち、大変よくわかりました。ここはブルーベリーじゃなくて、乙女さんの顔に免じて許してあげます。ありがとうございます。だけどその前に、一つ確認があります。確認？はい。乙女さんはお兄ちゃんのこと、ぶっちゃけどう思ってるんですか
おい、what the heck are you doing?
お兄ちゃんは黙ってなさい。ここをはっきりさせておかないと、後々厄介なことになるんだから。さあ、答えてください。乙女さんはお兄ちゃんのことが好きなんですか？ラブインですか？それは、はい。好きですよ。
I still can't believe that fucking In Another World with My Smartphone is getting a season 2. Like that shit, that bullshit, that garbage is getting a season 2. But Grimgar doesn't. Trash, I tell you. Pure trash. I am kind of looking forward to the saving 80,000 gold in Another World for my retirement, though. The manga was quite funny. Like, yes. Yes, we are your hero, your ancient heroes, homeland, Russia. Russia? That's, did you lie to me? This ancient hero wasn't part of Russia. He was part of a nation called the USSR. Oh, well, that's basically Russia, and it's kind of split off, and that split up, and got a little bit smaller, but the USSR is still still our good old Russia. Oh, so Ukraine is still part of Russia. And just stands there fucking sweating buckets.
それって異性として意識してるってことですか？そう言われるとどうでしょうか。お友達として好ましく思っていると言いますか。
That's how you meant it. That's some chance of I thought there was some chance she'd fallen for me, but that didn't appear to be the case. I wanted to murder the old me that had gotten the wrong idea and got all excited for nothing. That should mean I still had a chance, right? Friendship leads to friendships leading to romance was a tale as old as time. No, wait, how did it get into the subject of winning senpai over?
ケイスケくん、難しい顔をなさってますけど、やはりご迷惑だったでしょうか。
That's not that you're a bother.
お兄ちゃんの気持ちはよくわかるよ。今までモテなかったわけだし、乙女さんみたいな美人が急に言い寄ってきて戸惑ってるだけなんだよね。
Lay off with the unpopular comments. Yeah, I guess it's some along those lines. I appreciate how kind she's been to me, but it's not something I'm especially used to.
だよね。そこで葵ちゃんからのご提案。乙女さん、私と勝負をしませんか？勝負？はい。乙女さんはお兄ちゃんにお礼がしたい。お兄ちゃんは乙女さんの扱いに慣れてない。そして私はタルトを食べたい。もとい。乙女さんの真心に心を打たれた私は一度だけチャンスをあげてもいいかなって考えてます。実際にお兄ちゃんのお世話をしてみて、どちらがより世話係にふさわしいか見極めるんです。その過程でお兄ちゃんも乙女さんとの触れ合い方を学べると思いますしね。わかりました。不肖西園寺乙女、圭介くんに気に入ってもらえるよう一生懸命ご奉仕させていただきます。いい返事です。私も久々に燃えてきましたよ。ふふふのふ
ー。Wait, why are you making all these decisions without consulting me first?
まあまあ、いいからいいから。
After beckoning me over, Aoi leaned in close and whispered so that only I could hear.
お兄ちゃんの気持ちはよくわかるって言ったでしょ。裏の顔もあるから乙女さんを遠ざけたい。だけど 相手がいい人すぎて強く言えない。
Yeah, basically.
それなら葵ちゃんにお任せ。私が勝てば万事解決。後腐れなく乙女さんを追い返せるよ。
Think it'll go that smoothly? True enough, if I won, Senpai probably wouldn't keep making passes at me anymore. Senpai was an understanding person in every possible way and would back down once she learned how incompetent she was compared to Aoi, though that would be kinda lonely in its own way. But it was selfish. I wanted Senpai to pay even more attention to me for a little while longer.
では葵ちゃん、早速お部屋に参りましょうか。早く調理しないと鮮度が落ちてしまいますからね。鮮度が落ちるって一体何を買ったんですか？お魚屋さんでハマチを少々。いつもサービスしてもらっているんですよ。へえ、いいですね。私もサービスしてもらおうかな。葵ちゃんは可愛いですから、私よりもっとサービスしてもらえると思いますよ。そうですかね。
Senpai smiled sweetly at Aoi and gave her a gentle pat on the head. Watched them walk side by side in the setting sunlight, and they looked like sisters, more like less like sisters, more like a mother and daughter. I was naturally the child in this scenario. Though I wasn't sure why, it felt like the outcome of their match was set in stone before it even started. Sure enough, their match ended in Senpai's overwhelming victory. In their first round, it was time for a laundry showdown.
お隣さんのご迷惑になりますし、洗濯は朝のうちに済ませた方がよろしいかと。
With that, Aoi lost that round by default as a no-show. In the second round, I figured Aoi would have the advantage since she regularly cleaned my room,
知っ
but...
ていましたか？台所やお風呂の排水口に10円玉を置いておくだけでぬめりがかなり防げるんですよ。すごい！そんなの知らなかったよ。ってしまった。つい感心しちゃった。
Just like that, Aoi was taken by surprise by Senpai's grandmotherly abundance of knowledge and soundly defeated. The final battle was finally on the horizon, and with their womanly pride on the line, it was time for the cooking competition.
今日はハマチが安かったので、お刺身と生姜焼きとユッケ、それとかぶと焼きにも挑戦してみました。
Oh, wow, this is an impressive full-course meal.
負けた。
The spread Senpai prepared both looked and smelled delicious, which caused Aoi to fall to her knees in defeat. Compared to the assortment of traditional Japanese fish-based dishes Senpai had produced, Aoi had made a simple salmon, green tea, or rice. Worse yet, Aoi had used salmon flakes rather than fresh salmon to not impact the presentation.
簡単お茶漬けでサラサラご飯サラサラ。
Aoi mumbled as her body slowly turned to dusk and sleekly crumbled away, starting from her hung head. Don't let I get you. You did a good job.
お兄ちゃん。
Your opponent was too strong. Now you get the picture. Go home and be a family man.
何そのどこぞの対戦ゲームの勝利メッセージは。私の家族はお兄ちゃんだけだもん。
Don't just kill off Grandpa and the rest!
葵ちゃん、そう気を落とさないでください。ご迷惑なら帰りますから。その心遣いが今は胸に痛い。
But it really is incredible that you can perform housework so flawlessly. Where did you learn to do all this?
完璧だなんてそんな。お兄様と比べたら私はまだまだですよ。
Huh? To make you does housework?
はい、実は子供の頃から花嫁修行をさせられていまして、お兄様にもいくつか家事を教えていただいたんですよ。本来はこちらの生活に慣れるために始めたお勉強だったのですが、すっかりハマってしまいまして。
Acclimate to your surroundings?
はい、私の生まれ故郷はすごく遠いところにありまして、日本とは風習も文化も異なるものですから、
And I think of it, you did mention that your hugging habit is a custom from your hometown or
は
something.
い、独特な風習だとは分かっていますが、生まれた時からの癖はなかなか直せなくて。
That makes sense. Yes, she really was from a foreign country. Mannerisms were fairly unusual compared to those around her. And her physique was unlike other Japanese people. Those titties really were foreign, world-class goods. If I were to put it into soccer terms, she was like a foreign player who had acquired Japanese citizenship. She'd be unstoppable if she went by the name Titan, don't you think?
ケイスケくん、私のお胸に何かついてますか？
Yes, so the renowned player Titan would participate in the World Cup 4 years from now.
どうしてそこでワールドカップが出てくるの？おっぱいとカップをかけてるの？
Who told you to say something so clever?
乙女さんのおっぱいばっかり見て、お兄ちゃんのエッチ、たまには私のも見てよ。
Idiot, it'd be boring staring at my sister's tits. If you're gonna show them off, come back if you grow them big enough to act as Japanese representative.
お兄ちゃんのおっぱいばっか。もういいもん。お兄ちゃんなんて乙女さんと一緒におっぱいバレーでもしてればいいんだ。ボヨヨンボヨヨンわーん。
Oh, he left with that mysterious wail and rushed out of the room in tears. So I thought she apparently forgot her bag and came back to the room for a second. She said while scratching her head and discreetly going outside. This entire scenario is incredibly exhausting. I really did leave one hell of a mess in her wake.
葵ちゃんに悪いことをしてしまいましたね。
It's okay, she's more resilient than she looks. By tomorrow, it'll probably be like nothing ever happened. Given how things were progressing, there likely wouldn't be any need to go on patrol tonight. But just behave myself and relax for the rest of the day. Okay then, why don't we dig in before it gets
そ
cold?
うですね。葵ちゃんのお許しも出ましたし、いただきましょう。ケイスケくん、一杯いかがですか？
Yes, thank you. I got Senpai to pour my drink, then tipped back my glass with a side of Hukko. I have no idea how to fucking pronounce that. Yucko. High strength alcohol got my mind fiery hot down to its core. I was tipsy and feeling great. Fish had just about perfect grill marks, and the spicy and hot flavor of the amberjack Yucko suited my belly and the booze perfectly, I assume. Fantastically, not perfectly. Tasty food, tasty booze, and a uniformed girl in an apron right in front of me, huh?
どうかしましたか？お料理、お口に合いませんでしたか？
Nah, it's super delicious. You really are a great cook.
はい、ありがとうございます。これでまた一つ夢が叶ってしまいました。
Dream.
殿方に料理を作って美味しいと言ってもらうのが私の夢の一つなんです。昨日もお昼もケイスケくんはみんな美味しいと言ってくれて、私天にも昇るような気分でした。本当にありがとうございます、ケイスケくん。初めての相手があなたでよかった。
Senpai replied with a smile and flushed cheeks. She really did have a beautiful smile. Ah, crap, I wasn't even drunk yet, but it felt like my body was on fire. It was entirely possible that I was weak to Senpai's smile. The reality was my heart beat more powerfully than I could control whenever she smiled so gently at me.
どうかしました？
Huh? What do you mean?
いえ、お顔が真っ赤ですよ。酔いが回ってしまったのですか？
No, I was just thinking about a pretty face.
また。ケイスケくんたら、お世辞がお上手ですね。
It's not like that. I'm honestly a terrible liar.
ケイスケくん。
Goose tastes even better when you're the one pouring it. You look adorable in that apron. I was like a newlywed. You could say I was a little enchanted.
兄様、ケイ君のお嫁さん。
You're the one blushing this time around.
なんででしょうね。ほら、お酒が減ってますよ。もう一杯いかがですか？
Oh, thanks a bunch. Senpai's cheeks turned bright red the moment I professed those feelings, and she offered me even more alcohol as a result. Could as if made her bashful. Subtly innocent reaction of hers was too adorable for words. I was glad I got to see such a wonderful sight to her. You mentioned that this was your first time treating a man to a meal, but don't you make lunch for Sensei all
お
the
兄様
time?
はお兄様です。私の家族ですから、異性にはカウントされません。
All I can think of is like, you know, the fucking gif with Arnold Schwarzenegger and the other dude, just like a manly handshake. That, but it's Keisuke and Otome, and they're shaking on siblings aren't members of the opposite sex.
ケイスケ君だって、葵ちゃんとエッチしてもカウントには入れないでしょ？
I would count that! Does that mean I'm your first?
はい。私の大事なファーストクッキングをケイスケ君に盗まれちゃいました。
What do you mean by that? Still, Senpai did look really happy. She had suggested looking after me to show her gratitude, but it looked like she was enjoying it reasonably well too. Greatly enjoyed Senpai's company. There was no way I could turn her away if she was having fun. Now there was more to it than that. Senpai, how long are you gonna keep doing
で
this?
きればずっとと言いたいところですが、さすがにそれはご迷惑ですよね。
I also appreciate you being here and helping out, but I've got stuff going on too. Senpai's shoulders drooped and her dejected expression matched the one she wore back when her pendant was first stolen. I don't want to see her look that way, not when her smile was so lovely. But I was Fantasy Fuda and I couldn't afford to extend a helping hand now when I had my own future to think
そう
about.
ですよね。ケイスケ君、一人上手ですものね。
When did this conversation turn lewd?
ごめんなさい。一人になるのが好きと言いたかったんです。
Huh? It's not really like that. It wasn't all that surprising she thought of me that way. It may have been to show gratitude, but I was still trying to drive off a woman who volunteered to help with my daily chores. It was nothing but kind to me since I arrived on the island. But that wasn't true.
もしかしてケイスケ君、本当は熊吉君がお好きなのでは？
No way in hell I'm begging you, please don't think of me that way.
ですよね。私もそれはちょっとどうかと思いました。なら、私にもチャンスはありますね。
What do you mean?
いえ、こちらの話です。では、私はそろそろ帰りますね。あまり遅くまでいると、お兄様が心配しますから。
Yes, thank you for today.
いえいえ、お礼を言うのはこちらの方です。本日もおそばに置いていただき、ありがとうございました。ご主人様。
I'm telling you, please stop with that.
照れちゃって、かわいい。
Senpai smiled sweetly, poked my cheek with her soft finger. Though she was wearing her usual smile, it seemed a little lonely to me.
では、私はここで。
No way, I'll walk you all the way
い
home.
え、お兄様に連絡を入れたので大丈夫ですよ。途中で拾ってくださるはずです。
I'll stick around until he gets here then. There's no way I'd leave you alone at this time of night.
ケイスケ君、頼もしいですね。ですが、送り狼という言葉をご存知ですか？親切を装って女性を襲う悪い男性のことなのですが。
If anyone like that turns up, I'll smack him it the next week.
頼りにしていますね。
Senpai smiled sweetly and sidled up beside me. Yep, I completely trashed that potential decision point. Not that I had any intention of assaulting Senpai from the start or anything. Still, it did make me feel kind of lonesome that she had put herself on guard around me. What's wrong? Senpai scooched up beside me. But her face was red and she kept glancing between her hands and my face for some reason. And then she took a step forward, sounding as though she'd made up her mind on something, and cupped my hand in both of hers. My cool hands felt incredible against my warm skin.
ケイスケ君の手大きいですね。
Senpai?
ごめんなさい。急にこんなことをして驚いちゃいましたよね。ですが私の故郷では殿方に送り迎えをしてもらうときは手をしっかり握りなさいという教えがありまして。
That sounds like it could lead to a lot of
ケイ
misunderstandings.
スケ君は勘違いしてくれますか？
Huh?
私は勘違いしたいな。ケイスケ君に。
Huh? What? What do you mean? You and I?
予想通りの反応ですね。そこまで可愛いと本当に勘違いしちゃいそうです。
Are you screwing? Are you screwing with me? You're really an awful woman.
ごめんなさい。ですが、私はこの教え大好きですよ。一人きりの帰り道は物寂しいものですから、こうして誰かと手をつないでいれば、身も心も温かくなります。
With a soft smile, her hand still in mine, Senpai leaned her head against my shoulder ever so slightly. I could feel her warmth radiating from my shoulder. I found her taking over my thoughts. The teaching of hers was just an A+ in my book. No one would have imagined Senpai initiating something like this, yet here we were.
ケイスケ君の手、大きいだけじゃなくて、ポカポカしてますね。
Your hand is a little cold, isn't it? I'll warm me up until Sensei gets here. What's the matter?
いえ、それならもう少し強く握ってくれますか？この手が離れないように。
There's too much flirting for this early in the route. I was not mentally prepared for this. Are you sure? I don't want to hurt
は
you.
い、構いません。痛くしてもいいですよ。それだけ強くケイスケ君を感じられるということですから。どうしました？
Nothing. Okay, shall we?
はい。
Senpai and I laced our fingers together and I gripped her hand firmly. Depending on how things went, Senpai might end up feeling my heartbeat through my hand. Maybe that was okay though. Not like I'd lie to her anyway. Being this close to Senpai made my heart race and felt like I might burst from the seams out of pure joy. Because every last bit of it was the truth. The path leading from the bamboo dorms to the pine dorms, which was where Senpai lived, was quite hilly. Probably took no time at all in Sensei's car, but making this commute on foot took a lot of effort. Does Sensei usually drive you to school?
いえ、雨や緊急の時以外は歩いて通うようにしています。
Huh, this is pretty rough to do every day though. Still, it's pretty exhausting.
部活動前の良いウォーミングアップになりますし、それほど苦に感じたことはありませんよ。それに、自分の足で島を歩くのは楽しいですから。
Only the island is fun.
四季折々の自然に触れたり、道行く人とお話をしてたり。
Wow, are you the sort of person that enjoys going on walks?
今、私のこと、おばあちゃん臭いとか思いましたね。思っちゃいましたね。
No. I only thought it was a great hobby.
本当ですか？
Really, I'm not the kind of guy who would lie. You could trust me.
そういえばそうでしたね。では、その素直な性格に免じて、許して信ぜよう。
I appreciate it.
苦しゅうないです。
Thank goodness, it looked like I dodged a bullet with that one. Age seemed to be a tender subject for Senpai, but that didn't change the fact that she was my senior, even if she should be only a year or so older than me. But true enough, Senpai was a third-year student, so she would be graduating from the academy in another year. Have you already decided what you will be doing in the future?
進路ですか？おそらく家を継ぐことになると思いますよ。うちはかなちゃんの家と同じで女系家族ですから、きっとよそからお婿さんを迎えることになるでしょう。
Huh? Groom? Does that mean they've already decided who you're going to
それ
marry?
はまだです。卒業後にお母様がお決めになると思います。
Mother will pick who you marry. Are you okay with that? Based on what I've seen, you really do just go with the flow and have no opinions of your own.
圭介君には関係ないことです。
I'm sorry, that was a rude thing to say.
いえ、こちらこそごめんなさい。生意気な口を聞いてしまって。
Senpai and I stopped speaking, an awful silence now hung between us. I clearly just stepped on a landmine. I thought things were going pretty well between us, but there were clearly subjects I shouldn't touch on. Even so, it didn't sit right with me. Grandpa always told us to grab life by the horns, not the other way around. From my point of view, I could see just how upsetting the subject was for her. More than that, the thought of her family sending for a groom post-graduation made me sick to my stomach. Wait, was this groom talk any of my business? Why did it bug me so much?
一つだけ誤解を解いておきたいのですが、今の生活に不満はないんですよ。私は幼い時間を故郷で過ごし、中等部に上がると同時にこの島にやってきました。ですから故郷とこの島以外の景色を見たことはありません。ですがそういう人って多いと思うんです。生まれてからずっと町から出たことない人だっている。私以上に何かに縛られて暮らしている人もいる。ですから私は恵まれてる方だと思います。卒業までですが、こうして自由な時間を与えられているのですから。
先輩。
私は今を大切にしたい。後で振り返った時、笑顔ばかりが残る思い出をたくさん作りたい。ですから圭介君ともっとお話がしたいんです。圭介君をもっとよく知って、もっと仲良くなりたいんです。圭介君と楽しい思い出をたくさん作りたいんです。ですのでもうしばらくだけおそばに置いてくださいませんか。残り少ない時間を圭介君と一緒に過ごしたいんです。
Senpai. With that, she pointed an inquisitive glance my way and tightly gripped my hand. My mind went blank with those Estro's transparent marine blue eyes gazed at me. It's unfair. I could possibly say no to her after hearing all of that. Some told me my answer was set in stone before she even asked. Thanks to that, all my fears, worries, and other unnecessary thoughts faded away, left a single overwhelming feeling in its wake. I also want to be with you, Senpai. I want to get to know you too. We finally managed to become friends. I want us to get along even better. You can look after me as much as you want, whether I want you to. I'll be counting on you going forward. I want to create happy memories with you too.
圭介君、では本当にこれからもおそばにいてよろしいのですか？
Yes, not just with chores. There's so many things I need your help with. Like gathering texts, or searching for the Fegura together. I'm really looking forward to working with you, Senpai.
圭介君、はい、喜んで。
Senpai's lips curved into a smile so breathtaking that I forgot to breathe for a moment. I wanted to keep seeing her beautiful smile and repay her for all the kindness she'd shown me. Made the gentle vow to her lily-like smile.
なるほど。西園寺乙女のそばには浦部圭介がついているのか。いや、この場合は圭介に先輩がひっついてるのか。どのみち面倒だな。
現状は把握したか？ やはりお前一人では手に余るだろ。
Oh hey, it's the fucking Tsuchigumo from the Sakagami family, not Sakamoto. How did I get Sakamoto?
お前が欲しがってる情報も俺が持っている。ここは俺と組むべきだと思うがな。
だが
おいおい、ここまで来て渋るなよ。こうして俺と会ってること自体があいつらへの裏切り行為だ。なんならお前の正体をバラしてもいいんだぜ。葵とか言ったか？あの娘をここに連れてきて。
やめろ、お願いだからやめてくれ。葵を巻き込むな。ご主人様。分かった、お前の申し出を受けよう。手を組んだ方が確かに効率がいいからな。
そうと決まれば話は早い。ならば手はず通りに。
ああ、桃源郷の扉は私が開く。もう少しだ父さん、だから待っててくれ。必ず私が助けるから。
I like how like a lot of the conflicts, like I mentioned this earlier already, but a lot of the conflicts are like semi-solved at the very least in this already, except for Kureha's. Kureha's at the height of her conflict, where she feels bad about doing the things she's doing, but has to keep doing them now because the other fucking Tsuchigumo managed to catch her. Like, he would still continue on her own at this point. But she's not completely, like, confident in her convictions anymore. Which is like, why is she the only one that just gets gets the fucking worst hand dealt to her? Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and see you next time. Bye-bye.